ta nga zo gom ja du cham cham te mekti ta che pa ta yang cham sa mekti mi pa la ta na gom te bi du te ni ta mekti tin mi pa la ka le kha bo re de yang cham cham pe na so so ke de pe hiba ga mang pe hiba ma chi pe par ke tani ti par chi hiba la te zala me pa te ta dana go ru sung do
that's all. Sometimes also when meditating, there is the practice of also disengaging from the object of focus, or sort of dropping the object of focus, and meditating without an object of focus. And sometimes the object of focus becomes kind of the awareness itself. In particular, also sometimes finding or identifying that awareness, which is sort of in between after the thought of the last thought, or the thought of the past has come to an end, or has ceased, before the next thought or the future thought arises, kind of this awareness that is in between. Sometimes there can be the practice of actually using that itself as the object of focus.
Alright, tani tanga ba te sungjo ye tingin zin la nepa ne wambon ring ke yang ta bu gomba yins dan de sungjo ye bote tani nang dong sungjo now azam je tumbaran yin ba terwa tani chitang now thap dang tumba hirap te ta ba yemi da tawa tani rikdong sungjo te tong ne tani semdang tumba ni chik ndi ba chik da yemi da tawa jina te ta tani detong sungjo song te thap dewa chimbo tang hirap tumba ni yemi da ndiba lam na re yemi da tawa tani sartong sungjo song da gangdar yeng da hi yemi da tawa o te ta ke sungjo yela tani nyamsle ne gomba tene tani wambon reng gomba yin song.
So then number 5 says to concentrate on the samadhi of the 4 units is the perfect meditation for one having moderate intelligence. Or another way to translate this would be to abide in the samadhi or meditative absorption of the 4 indivisibilities is the perfect meditation for one of middling level capacity. So when we speak of the 4 indivisibilities, this is referring to the indivisibility of appearance and emptiness. So appearance itself being the nature of emptiness, and the appearance aspect of this indivisibility is method, or represents method, and the emptiness aspect represents wisdom. So it is the indivisibility of method and wisdom as the indivisibility of appearance and emptiness. Second is the indivisibility of awareness and emptiness. And so this is the indivisibility of mind itself, the inseparability of mind and emptiness, mind being emptiness itself. And then the third is the indivisibility of bliss and emptiness. Again, the great bliss, which is method, and which is pervaded by the nature of emptiness, or which itself is emptiness, emptiness again being wisdom. So again, this is the union of method and wisdom, the indivisibility of bliss and emptiness. And then the fourth is the indivisibility of clarity and emptiness, or sometimes it is translated as luminosity and emptiness. So it is the inseparability of the expanse and primordial wisdom. And so these four, holding the view of these four indivisibilities is what is referred to here. And so to hold the recognition of all four, the meditative absorption upon all four, is the meditation of the middling level capacity practitioner.
Tanda gomje teri se ngubo dodo je yo mare gomba pande yin sene kanza ranchin truba je yo mare teni gomsern data bichi yin sene tanda yo kanya yo mare ta ten de gomza gomzi当工就去用所做把它扎什么的，等于王博养他不个的工把因素，王博让个工把因素。
So then number 6 says, the contents without concept in the indivisibility of the meditated, the practitioner, and the practice are the same. Knowing this well, to concentrate on practice is the perfect meditation for one having sharp intelligence. So just to give you an alternate translation, to abide within the non-conceptual state in which the one who is meditating, the object of meditation, and the practice itself are indivisible is the perfect meditation for one of highest capacity. So in at this level, then one is without conceptuality or referentiality regarding these three spheres of conceptualization. So there is no concept of that which is meditated upon, that which is being an object of meditation. It's not like some sort of solid or identifiable thing. Likewise, the one who is meditating, the individual, has no real defining characteristics. So the lack of inherent nature, true existence of someone possessing a selfhood or identity is also not present. And likewise, the meditation itself being an actual like action or activity is also without, there's no concept with regard to that. And so this is what is meant by meditating without conceptuality or referentiality with regard to these three. And so one who meditates in this way, then this is the meditation of the highest level capacity practitioner.
Chaja chimbo gomba la so ta chaja chimbo gomdu deja tik tik modokus de ja dan de maja sin tik tik chi yo maris tane tambo par tang thama mi so tambo tang par da thama de sin yo mare tane namdin tu su la hyo so ta ninga terwa tane ko maju Tamarki hipa machubang on the lude yan that arang reason.
Te susungere conta.
Ungelamanam the Pakistan conceal Hyang Rumbachi.
Tini di Tama Chaja Khenpo Gombala Dija Tik Tik Maja Dampo Bar Dang Tama Me Tini Karete Tu
Namdin tu sulu la shosa.
So as Shang Rinpoche, but one of the a great master of the past said, when meditating on Mahamudra, there is no specific thing whatsoever to be done. There is not, any. There is not any sort of initial stage or beginning, middle, and end. It is simply a matter of letting go and releasing into or relaxing into the present moment as it is. So the practice then at this stage is at all times and whenever a matter of relaxing into the ordinary awareness, which is completely uncontrived.
Sane malare pakke song yore. Tamar hipa jang ni song. Kong tamar ke hipa ngola te tamar ke hipa jang de du. Tene marek truwa ji de tar song kantar ta marek pakke jenare marek pa jin le song truwa tan je ta ngale sang song shipa tong rewa.
And likewise, as Milarepa said, when ordinary awareness itself is sustained, when this essence is sustained, then the delusive appearances or the delusion of ignorance is spontaneously exhausted all on its own. So it is sustaining that ordinary awareness that becomes the condition for exhausting the obscurations of ignorance.
Then I think telobak sone maju nyumangan lula sho so maju nyumagan lula sho jingba luna drowa techomi so ta kantar na Machu Sosola Namto Kan Herchungola, Deran Yana, then Shatter Sejute Cha Regre Songdoa, call Machu Bangala, Tela Tapji down Tendramajene, Tendraven, Tamark Hiba Kang, Hiba Giona Dingala, Tene Telatana Dingala, Yogol Songdoa.
Likewise, as Tilopa said, when resting in the natural state, completely uncontrived, sustaining that, then the binding fetters are naturally loosened, and therefore there need not be any doubt about release, in which there is no doubt. There's no doubt of release. And so by sustaining this natural, uncontrived, ordinary awareness, then whatever thoughts, whatever concepts or discursive thoughts that shine forth, without investigating them, without becoming kind of entangled or intertwined with them, simply witnessing them from within that essential nature, the essence itself, then within maintaining that natural, ordinary awareness, they are liberated in their own place. Whatever arises is naturally liberated, with nothing other than that to be done.
Semni Drupa Trawala song. Semdet ko Ranging Drupa Trawarwa Matem Malu Rimbar Ho song. Haja Dem Chewa Mayan, but Hajan Lu Chewa Mayan, but Rimbar Show. Didn't do Namdin Tabaminga in song. Kaduina ko trimba de hajan jemten joba mayimba haja luden joba mayimba tini tingal rimbar yojiti kala trimba mayimba te tini kong minga in sonre.
Likewise, Atisha said this essence or that essence of mind, which is free of elaboration, completely free from all elaboration, without too much focus, without there's no need to tighten the focus or overly loosen or relax, but to find the perfect balance, sort of the medium between the two, and to simply sustain that awareness itself in a relaxed way is the fifth instruction.
Teni ten san gompa mayin gompa long to churpa yin songdoa tik ta ngarang su tik gompa te karchimbo chada yoro.
While one may not have much difficulty with the meditation, to actually make it an ongoing state, to actually be able to maintain the meditation in an ongoing, unbroken way, is more difficult. And so, for that reason, it is, as is said, it's not so much a meditation as it is a matter of habituation. And when habituation occurs, then meditation becomes an ongoing continuity, an ongoing state of being. And so the more that one establishes habituation in all kind of aspects and times, or in a variety of settings, then eventually that continuity becomes more and more easily accessible, or is more deeply established.
Ta kantar ngarang so namto layate ndam da cheji yorwa ten lakpar to dripa zundu jin la de nam lakpar dang sungdo ten ngarang so ku chu samo drop nyamni tanda chi du teni namto be namto trapo che ana wota ten tela soba ke yang samsan jin par chen ro timbo yong bakap so ting mo te rang la ta ne tene tana gore songdo tara kunchin longchin ramjang ning ma kunchin longchin ramjang chuni ngang de ganzam hige wa so kantar chuni sena ya tamar ke hiba tel lo so chirpa yo
Chuni nangla.
Chuni ngangla che hakorwa chuni ganzam higewa so ta ganzam higewa se to kandar o nga chuni ha ko song sa gawa jin towa ji te tab mai ba ko tamar ke hiba te rang khala ko tani lu se ya ya ta hi gong de shuba na yin ke ha chang jem ta ba mai ba lu ta ba mai ba tene sanji chom din de ke ngarang so romo kala guitar ke kuba yo kuba de tam ta na che no gres lu ta na ko ke nim bo de yong mi chang de lu rin ba gang ya ne ta na ko song ro ba
When all variety of thoughts appear, if one becomes too tight, then they can become obstacles. This can become a cause for the arising of strong obstacles. Likewise, if one becomes too loose or too relaxed, then one is also overwhelmed. There's the obstacle of being overwhelmed by the thoughts, or one falls under the power or influence of whatever it is that is arising. But so to neither be too tight or too loose, but to sustain the recognition of the essence itself is the key point of balance. So likewise, as Longchen Rabjam, the great Nyingma master, has said, within Dharmata, Gadzum Shigewa. I don't quite understand how to translate this, but it seems like the way that Khenpo explained it was that it isn't actually something to be overly enthusiastic about, to be sort of really impressed and amazed and think, wow, how amazing this is. I have realized the Dharmata, but actually it is a matter of simply kind of relaxing into what is completely ordinary and completely natural within a sort of a balanced state of relaxation and vigilant or kind of vivid awareness or wakefulness, without becoming overly tight, and likewise without relaxing or letting go too much or completely. It's really about finding the perfect balance, as the Buddha himself taught when giving the example of the proper way to tune a guitar or a stringed instrument. If the strings are too tight, then they will break, and if they are too loose, then the instrument cannot produce a good sound.
Chaja chimbo goptang thalan rao chaja chimbo lamnari gomzi de tawa ta wambo rap ke gom sorg gala kan kanjan che hyore kan hihi che hyore tene te hyogo ya jumchin de ngarang ke che ngang khepa yin dondo che ne hyukami hyoya jumchin kan hyuna chadang ngarang khepa ke mare ina yang choban jitin sunggung ke gongjing nana to din la yang tablam lapar gu songdo to din su de nyam to ba din de ba kanza tamjel sung yorwa tablam lapar gu songdo tablam gomjam na gomjam zik tablam timba chang na timba chung zik tablam lapar zudi ta chitang muchuma le hlas jurba gore songdo de tsik re le be de ngene dane tengsabo hyue nandung chimbo hyue yore tenda enza ta ngarang ke machina ahitan desa hyue yubare tene desa yang churang zo tenda che tablam zo beje de je gomtam na yapo yore sani nani se pa ya ba ma ba ti tablam zo ngene leka chikin dogdam do tane khato la tanda tatamna te yapo yore
gongta de charang sungpa de gimsen shube ge gimsen dang de pe de togden layang tablan lakpar gu de yapo shita koma song gongta
to din labdu nyam to ba din de boke nyamni ching kanza la ko yorewa to dins layang zodita to din te layang me yimbala tabla mambo guba matse nyam to ba din de ba kanza te layang gom ja ba tablam lakpar sinet pe mambo gogo yore Chirtam machuma la goa that last chupa go yore sonwa. Tasin yapocha asong.
Oza, ako masong yun ang nakang tutu lagi.
Tange anja lago. Todin la cha ko sen.
Re tokten hako song. Re. Ti chitang tenda ti chitang kare sungyo ba nga tata ko masong. Ti tordupa.
Te todin la ta tarang ngarang su gom la jam ne hie ke yora gom la jar ne. Nyam topa de dim ba kanza la chirtang nga chok nam jun kare tingkere. O ta nyam ni jin tham nyam topa yo na tini yinda je thalnam ram ram bo gogu mare semanda o tingkere wa. Ina ya todin la ya tablam lapar gu so tablam. Lapar gu sinda.
Okay, laso di hako song yini ang di penetrang di kepa yemba mayemba gidunda di dang draw agare yo pa koma song.
Tanga ka wambo rap ka gal gom jatang ka la te tabla mambo chi huba yin si. Ne hui ba.
Laso.
Gang hi huba yin ngarang ka gang hi te huba yin. Ina nga ka mambo hi ga mari. Ngang kepa mares. Tini nge huya te tata hu simba tsunga ke chi ngarang kepa yin dondo be huba mares. Kain sina choban jik tin sungong ke todin la ya thablam lakpar gu son gom jaya ka thablam te so karchim bo cha de no si te yu songjang nge huba yin si ta si bo cha so.
Okay. Rela tuchina. So then we have ended up kind of spending some time speaking a little bit about Mahamudra here in the context of this line, which is directed for those to those with at highest capacity to meditate without any concept or referentiality or conceptuality regarding these three of the one who is meditating that which is being meditated upon in the act of meditating, which is essentially the practice of Mahamudra. And so Khenpo said, Khenpo said he is just sharing whatever to the best of his ability. He says he's not all that knowledgeable, or he doesn't have a lot of wisdom to share, but and the reason why he is elaborating in such a way as to demonstrate actually methods of meditation that are actually kind of for those at a capacity where, for instance, here it is, saying it is beyond kind of like the level of conceptuality regarding the method. However, as Lord Jigten Sumgön has said, even those who are endowed with a realization, even those who have great realization, are especially in need of the path of methods, they are also sort of especially in need of, or they find can especially make use of a diversity of methods or many methods. So even though one may have a really developed level of realization, still there is great use in applying a variety of methods, even for those of this sort of highest level capacity meditator or practitioner. And so therefore, and so actually this is a really kind of profound inner meaning with regard to kind of this statement that Jigten Sumgön, which is that even those of highest practitioner can especially make use of many methods, or the path of method. That's all.
Ta tara kantar ngaran so ka kang ko thupa te so teni jipsim mala re pa ke sumba tar do linsa chola temba tar do teni sim chi sing na sir jar ta ta ne teni nyamni nang go je kar chimbo cha do yoroba teni anchone ko chamche teni yang semnatser manyarna teni ta saja pinte ta ke sone do to so chona na lo jare sala degi yorite chok do te pang thug maris tena yin ko dangwa mambo thude ne teni ser semto lo jarma thamna teni chona ke do na yi chang ro yorba tenra yin za teni gang go thuba so mantar yangs chi to ke la troa na kandan dos maran troa na kandan do ta ne chuda na je je ba yin na yang teni chuda de lam ni so la troa na nyung na je je ne teni man tu ne ya zung zhi chi troa je tenra yong sibarwa tenra yin zang tang ngarang ke churan chola tenra se hie ke yorite ta hie ma ngarang inari hie sa churan cho inari ma zo chama ke kantar ta minga ta dangwa gang tu ba te linsa chula tamba ta buk ta nyamni nang go yores
Linsa chula.
linsa lan cha ro cha chona tem suna tani ta cha teri cho teri zera ga marwa linsa chula tamba ras mala re ba son re danga ning la chuk ba tes linsa chula tamba ras chi si bo cha so danga ning la chuk ba te linsa chula tamba ra
That's all. In any case, whatever to whatever degree that we can kind of receive these instructions and give rise to some feeling of understanding through listening. As Milarepa said, the pith instructions that really go straight to the heart or that are really absorbed in the heart become like salt dissolving in water, meaning that when salt dissolves in water, there's no separating them. You can't separate the salt from the water and say this is the salt and this is the water, but they actually become completely merged and indistinguishable. So in this way, to take what we hear, to take what we have learned and studied, and to really connect with them in that kind of way that really is sort of a deeply receptive way, so that we really put them into practice, so that it affects our practice, that what we learn is actually directly related to our practice is very important. Not just to hear with our ears, but to actually apply what we hear to our own experience and to apply it in practice. Just as Sakya Pandita has said, if a stone remains underwater for 100 years, because that stone is impenetrable, even though it's remaining surrounded by water for hundreds of years, that water can never be absorbed by the stone because of its impenetrable nature. So in the same way, there can occur situations in which one may receive an abundance of teaching teachings and instructions, so many, and yet when they are not received in such a way as it directly relates with one's own experience and practice, then there runs the risk of becoming like a stone immersed in water, where one becomes incapable of really absorbing any of that water. And so even whatever it is that we receive, whatever teachings or instructions that we receive and hear, to relate with or to take in whatever it is that sort of speaks to us or makes sense to us or that we find relatable in such a way that we feel really delighted or inspired is really important. And then it really becomes integrated into one's own practice and experience. It actually becomes a cause for inspiring diligence and feeling sort of excited to continue in the practice, to apply oneself in practice. So Khenpo says here in this situation, he is the one who is teaching the Dharma, who is giving the instructions, and we are the ones who are listening. But actually, independent of these roles, we are sort of all experiencing the pith instructions together. And so we can do so in such a way that is like salt dissolving into water. So that it really, yeah.
Le jimde mekinde we yin the suwane wangbo tame yang tabu juba yin so. Ta le jimde sijite soso ka make the cha chimborwa thala chungchung ji yar na yang tini phalingwa make na pe ji yar yo na yang phalingwa te jimsen kar se make lo sungjob ji go yorwa ti na yin ke ta le jimde sijite soso ke make na yin song go yori si so then, and
That's all. Sorry, do I? Okay. So then number 7 says, accepting the results of actions like one's eyes is the right conduct for one having little intelligence. So an alternative translation would be to guard oneself in terms of karma cause and result as cautiously as one would one's own eyes is the perfect conduct for a practitioner of lesser capacity. So this example is used because generally our eyes are very sensitive and we regard our vision or our eyes as very precious, very important. So any sort of threat to our eyes or to our vision, we immediately take whatever measures are necessary to counteract. So for instance, if like a little grain of dust enters into our eyes, then we're really do everything we can to make sure that we quickly get it out of our eye. Or if a bug, for instance, flies into our eye, or if anything comes close or sort of it becomes a threat to the eye, then we're very vigilant to remedy the situation or to protect our eyes. And so this is the example that is given with in the context of how we should regard karma actions of karma cause and effect with as much caution or sort of vigilance as we would pay to protecting our own eyes.
Ta main na pechi yar yo na ya lamsang pha ling go ba na yin ke le mege ba masa pa ngaro to tin hi tin de mege ba sa ma go na ang thambo re yang na yin yan cham chang da ngarang chu nyu mo ba yong de hyon ne tin ba la yong du mege bi yong de hyon ro go yo re hyor char de yang hya ba sia ga tablam yo re teni xiao ba ji de ba de zo ba mipazo teni me na pa mayar bu mundo ngaron so ke me la zab zab nang ke yore pa la so pa yar cha du yang phalin ke yoro ti na yin bene te le jumde la ichi che sona ta te ran yin ke tana ke yong ke yore
So actually, I apologize. I don't think he said like a bug flying into the eye, but actually an eyelash or a small hair falling or getting stuck in the eye, or you get an eyelash falling on the eyeball. So when, for instance, we have an eyelash caught in our eye, then we are very attentive to that for as long as it is there, and do absolutely whatever it is that's necessary to extract that eyelash from the eye. And so it is with an attitude of mindful awareness around karma, cause, and effect. At all times and whenever one is engaged in activities of the three doors, one is completely mindful of avoiding any harm or even the smallest of non-virtues. Whenever and one is very cautious with total attentiveness to avoid falling under the influence or losing our independence to the power of the afflictive emotions. And if it is that we do fall under the power of afflictions and we end up sort of veering into non-virtue, then we are very quick to apply the necessary methods to reverse that stream of negativity, to correct it and to apply the appropriate antidotes until it is completely eradicated and we are on the right path again. So in the same way that one gives total focus to removing an eyelash from your eye until it is fully removed, and then there is the feeling of relief and knowing that the eye is free of the discomfort of that eyelash. And so it is with regard to just total attention to and confidence in the law of karma, cause, and effect.
Ni jebate chu tamje manam jem chorde juba wambon rengke yang da juba in sa da chu tamje la dimban zimbe dingin de do tamne yang chu tamje juma da manam zarde tawate yorwate tatsan de ni juba chirtang ge gona ta juba pe chen thobo knyamni rwande doyunga zudadro zatamjela chakpa da himba meba juma da bakani ju te da chibate da wonbon renke yang da chuba cha de yureso din tsukthop de traba yang din yang ma taba ta tanzi chibate Cherdang around Sol Tanzin, Europe, Pernanga, Tarangan, doing a method yaderte method Tapari sanning a zinke yomare. Tidrong a taka yomarite. In a Tanzin ala yoris. Tanzin you be jimsing. The method Katsang Tondo a method Tegarang Ri, Sayak Zimbajin do a train, Tatarangala. Or sons at the Tanzin. Matapa la takpan zimba zondi o te taparida tendra mare tapari saya zimba te trumte lo le so tendra la yong ko yorwa perna tapa chimbo smanda o je yang ta tendra zim ta trumta na mambo hia yor te kantar ngan su jula tanzi yo batera khachang nga te trenga yin samda ya ta te so sama tanzi cha de yorwa Tanzin le don tambo juma ta malam ta hako tene juma ta malam ta ok tene juma malam ta te ta wan por rak juma malam ta le torndu tene wambo rap chu ba chang ko yorwa ta tara wambo reng chu ba sungdwa
so so then number 8 says accepting all dharmas as dreams and illusions is the right conduct for one having moderate intelligence. But to give you an alternate translation, engaging oneself in a way that regards all phenomena to be illusory and dreamlike is the perfect conduct for one of middling capacity. So to regard all phenomena as illusory and dreamlike is a means to reverse or to avert the habit of fixating to the true existence of things. And so for these practitioners of middling capacity, which is actually still a very high or developed level of training or capacity or stage of development for a Dharma practitioner, for this level of practitioners, then all of the experiences of the 5 desirable qualities of the senses, the forms that are seen with the eyes and sounds that are heard with the ears, and smells, tastes, and sensations and such, are seen, are experienced without any attachment or fixation by recognizing them to be illusory in nature, to see them as illusory, dreamlike experiences. And so this is the practice for one of a sort of middling level or middling capacity practitioner. Ordinarily, we are caught in the fixation to true existence. So we regard the phenomenal world as being endowed with real reality, or really, being true and really existing. Not only that, we have the fixation to true existence, which is very much connected with the fixation to permanence. So we view things as real and kind of endowed with a quality of permanence. So, for instance, the way in which we grasp at some permanent existence is with regard, for instance, Khenpo says this: if he has a flower, placed in front of him, and then it isn't that he has some notion that the flower will be there, is eternal and that is permanent and won't ever change. That's not actually what fixation to permanence is. But it's kind of a fixation to some continuity of being, in that, for instance, the same flower that was there yesterday, the flower that was there yesterday is still the same flower that is here today. So when I sit down and I look at the flower and I say, oh yeah, there's the flower, that same flower. So this is what the grasping at permanence is the nature of that grasping is like. And so this is discussed in great length according to the different views of the philosophical schools or tenet systems. It is like, for instance, the way that we regard our continuity of being or our sense of self. We think of ourselves as having some kind of aspect of permanence, in that we think, oh, I am the same, this is the same me that was here yesterday. The me that was yesterday is still the same me who is experiencing today. And so it is that holding on to some kind of solidity with regard to continuity or continuum of being. And so in order to reverse or correct the habit of fixating to permanence or true existence is by generating the view which sees things as dreamlike and illusory. And this is so here, this is the practice of a middling level capacity practitioner. But once one is fully liberated from that grasping at true existence or grasping to a concept of permanence, then that is the level of a superior or highest capacity level practitioner.
Tani gabate kang chela yang majuba ne wangbo rabji yang da bajuba yin so. Tanden namjo nga cho sungko yore. Sana yang chaja chimbengang ne sa, tongna yang chaja chimbengang ne tong. Nyar na yang chaja chimbengang ne nyar, ta te ta bache chago yoro. Nande jibzu malare bak song ne tongwa mi bengang la sho song. Jertan ti gang la te song yore.
Tongwa me pa?
Tongwa mi bengang la sho. Ta jertan tambo sem ngarang su sem rewa. Sem la nin dang chin de du song. Jibzu malare bak. Gang din sem la nin dang chin de du. Sem la te pen tongwa mi. Tongwa mi bengang la sho. Ngang ni chaja chimbo la song. Ta te ta ga ta hi perna tambo le jumre la so ba tamje din rabri
Gong ta te hemch. De sem la te be
sem la nin dang
tongwa me pa nang la sho.
Tongwa mi ba nga ta chapchang lab ko yin chi sipo cha ma so ti jun sing chapchang lab ngon de la
Yeah,
da
tu chinam.
sem la
Da I be ya po tu chinam.
sem la nin dang chin de du so so sem la du song re. Then sem la te be tongwa mi si. Ta sem la du song so ta sem la ta du tongya zo ke yo ma ko sem ko na. Guys sem khado da trawa re yep da trawa re tongya ke yo ma re. Tan tongya mi tongwa mi bu ngang la hyo si. Ngang zo ji de ti chek de be jigo chimbo ring thang chimbo rin da ngang shi ba de. Ji zo jie na wo jie ma de ba ko ngang la hyo. Tongwa mi bu ngang la hyo. Ngang ni si ngang de korang ser da tongwa mi bu ngang la pa ya an de ti ngang de korang chaja chimbo la so. Tara song da ta te da ton ju ba la ju ta ba yin na ta wang bo rab ke yang da bu ju ba na ke yang da bu ju ba te cha de yo re so.
Nasa. So gupa la lo sarimbe yeah lo you said wa yeah.
Gang che la yang ma ju ba ne wang bo rab ke yang da ta ju ba yin ra. Re wa.
That's all. So then number 9 says, engaging in no conduct whatsoever is the perfect conduct for one having sharp intelligence. Or alternately, engaging in the conduct of nothing whatsoever to be done is the perfect conduct of one of highest capacity. So as is said, while eating, eat within the state of Mahamudra. While drinking, drink within the ongoing state of Mahamudra. While lying down or sleeping, lie down or sleep within the ongoing state of Mahamudra. Likewise, as Milarepa said, you should look at your own mind day and night and looking at the mind, there is nothing whatsoever to be seen. So the mind itself is no identifiable thing to be grasped at or solidified. It is without any definable characteristics such as having a color or shape and so forth. And so then it goes on to say, within that state of not seeing anything, resting within that itself, that itself is Mahamudra. And so this is really really a profound line, really precious and kind of priceless instruction. And so this is the conduct really for a practitioner of highest capacity. This is the completely perfect conduct for one of the highest capacity.
Oh, lasa. Tani chubade danzin da nyu mumban tada jechong jegela soman wangbo ramdeng tamasunga ke yang da bu da yino so. Ta gom nyam to ba ya jen roya ke ta de tani nyu mumba jechong rogo yore so. Ta nyu mumba jechong roya de ngaron so ke tartok ke lekan ro cha de yore. Sanji chuju ko ran yin de yene ranches kantar yu mi zangi tanje gen talen de butsurdo ne de yorwa tela nga chu mixa ke che yarjen ro tong go ya ke yong ko yo mare honang ngaran chu tanda thabla mambo che hi endo ya de kare resina kunzup zong go do ko kun job zong de ta chambu pa khatok hyuwa na chung ke phongbo na wo je cha de chung ke phongbo na ti chung phongbo chung ke phongbo de la draw go yo re te draw yong ba na thar thok chu ju ko ra wa te tambo ni yo de yo re te la nga chu yar je tang go yo ma nga rang zo ke nyumong pa tang hiz de ba de so le pa tar chan na nga rang so chu ju ko yong tin de yarje ne chik tonggo ya kene tang cha yo mares chuju ko rangin to ko yuntin yeding chur de yuntin yeding ye do man ko yuntin ka rangin je yeding chur de yores sonzan dara nga so tande tang thomre zon he ke yor da tawa hien do rantong yin tong de so la ndawa yore da rantong yin tong he go ya kem do tran de yin yang choban jitin songo ka rangi namda tande yung tin tin song yore gonche yin so tin hen ta ten a ya bo zu
so gare tampo de gare rangtong shintong la drawa yopage sik gare la yin kongta
tande zo pat tande ta minde zo ni tanda hek do drabun deba ngara zo kan dekhe nyembo hien yung ro dekhe nyembo ko sanje dekhe nyembo hie du de la tande ta minde wene te tande labdu ta nyumo batanje pha char sonu ke te chan hien ko yoro minde zon du ta minde kwa len de kado korang chorche korang ya jen ro go zo dan ro je yong do ta teni chuji ko dekhe nyembo la ko ya jen ro ya zu che yo ma ya chuji dekhe nyembo ko yontin yeding chur de yore ko la ma nyam chan ro ya che yo ma re ya jen ro ya che yo ma re tanda ji phedrup yo ba yu na teni sadrup chan ro yo wa sadrup yo na teni ta jibzu mala re ba ko so ne nidan de la pe long la sadrup mi bo gom chin zu song de ya so teni ndre ma do sadrup korang ngola sadrup uni teni sadrup mi bo gom chin zet ga la khapor wa chu korang ngola dekhe nyem bo korang la sadrup sarwa ta man de ya tang ya sarwa man de ya che yo maris 다 군접 경아랑서 내가 그 로버를 중앙에 뉴먼 받다서 다 답받아냠도 되니 다 가르쳐도 요래 양다 통나 넘버 조성도 대차도 요러 양다 통존데 된 통을 지발라 대 렘도 야 그거 보지 요래 대 파트고 요래 대 가래래 대 뉴먼 바바탄 단진 탐제리도 다 대 파트 송아이는 되니 양다 통을 대처해 봐 양다 통하다 냠도 존도 요래 코테 코란 춘이로 뭐 비춘이로 도스 드라송도
So then, number so then number 2, it's number 10 says to reduce the reflection of one's to reduce the reflection of oneself, the defilements and grasping itself by and by till they are mitigated completely is the perfect sign of progress for the one having little, moderate, and sharp intelligence. So another, an alternate translation would be the overall diminishment and pacification of self-clinging and the afflictive emotions are the sign of progress for all 3 levels of practitioners of lower or lesser, middling, and highest capacity. So the sign for all levels of practitioners, for the sign of progressing in practice and developing through meditation, are the diminishment or the lessening of the afflictive emotions, the diminishment or lessening of self-clinging. And so this also is really indicative of the process that actually happens as one progresses on the path, and that the nature of awakening, which is the Dharmakaya of Buddhahood, is already naturally endowed with the perfected qualities of awakening, and this is primordially so. The qualities are the natural qualities of the awakened awareness, or the essence, which is the Buddha nature. And so within that essence itself, the primordial essence itself, there is no partiality or no distinction or duality of positive and negative. So it has never been touched by the temporary defilements. It has never been improved upon. There's nothing that has ever been made any worse at the time of delusion, and there is nothing that is improved upon or built upon at the time of realization. It is simply a matter of stripping away what has been obscuring that nature prior to realizing the nature. Thì tablang mangpo và karela yên công ta tablam ringio be
tablam
mangpo chi song de ya bo koma song de togya ne yore
tande ta thomde la be mar minde
ha koma song tabla de gingon na yu sare
chopan ji tin song de song yore se gonje yin so tikchin tin ben yin boyin tengam do jeng na ran yin nam da chanje yun tin din song yore chu ju ko ram na re deking nim bo de la ran yin ke yun tin din de ba re se Tiga yunti de changun de chobala nyumong ba pa sango ri song je de re yang ga he ke de ta wen jin dang mo nan da ba wa ga he ke min de zon ring de ke nang ke yori min de chi ba de ngarang zo ke tara kwa na wa che na de ni ti korang chi ya min de ki nim bo te ya chi zan da zo ne ya per che zo go ya jin ro go an da che kwa yong ke ro den da yin zang teni tele tin de ta ngarang zo da rang dong da yin dong da ben da wa hian du de se da to le cheper sung ko yor de da te ngarang zo da 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 la khar se de ko la ma yuna de sa ro rang dong yin dong de ji ni da wa ko ni yong ro
So, Jikten Sungan di Sik Yangchar Labna, Yangchar Kale Sungrona?
Rangi Namda zo Rangi ko na bar ta de ba kandar deking him botel la ho yoro. Dande yun din din so.
Rangshi Namda.
Dande ke yun di.
So. So as Lord Jigten Sungun says, whether it's either in the Gongchik or the Tekjin Tempe Ningbo, he says, the true nature, the completely pure true nature, is endowed with the qualities of liberation. But what is actually meant by that is that so there are two kind of opposing views. One is that it is simply, and the view that is expressed here by Lord Jigten Sumgan is that through the process of clearing away or liberating the mind, the obscurations, the veils of obscuration, then the essence itself is not there's no ripening that occurs with regard to the essence itself. The essence is already primordially endowed with the qualities, the abundance of fully perfected qualities, and so therefore there is no improving upon that nature. So there's the one view, which is this ajaje, or it's the with the fruition of liberation, or the fruition of having cleared away, then there is the fruition that is the result of clearing away the obscurations, or the obscurations being purified. And then the other view is one which is the fruition with regard to the fruition of ripening, so that through the process of that ripening of the fully developed realization that's a product of purifying the obscurations and gathering the accumulations, that there is some ripening that occurs, some sort of fully perfected the ripening that occurs with regard to kind of the shining forth of enlightened awareness or realization. And so this kind of makes it sound as though with this aspect, or the ripening of the fruition, or the fruition of ripening, that that there is something that is in fact improved upon, that there is actually some progress or development from the perspective of the true nature. And so actually these two kind of correspond with the views of Rangtong and Shintong, which actually we won't get into here, but in any case, there is a relationship. But according to, as it is expressed by Lord Jigten Sumgun, there is never anything that is improved upon with regard to the essence itself. So from the relative perspective only, there is the presence when there is unawareness, or when there is a lack of recognition of the true nature, there is the presence of the defilements. And so then it is the defilements that have to be liberated, that have to be purified or cleared away. And then the ultimate result, or from the ultimate perspective, the Dharmakaya, it is, has always been there. It is there primordially, and there is nothing, it was never stained at any point in time by the presence of faults, and nor is it improved upon or developed at any point in time from the perspective of the fruition or the ripening. And so the qualities, the enlightened qualities of Buddhahood are such primordially. They are that the true nature of the mind is primordially endowed with the enlightened qualities. And so it is, the fruition is one of liberation, liberating the qualities, or liberating the faults and afflictive emotions, becoming free from the faults and afflictive emotions. The qualities are there from the very ground, without any increase or decrease, without diminishing or improving upon anything. As Jetsun Mila Repa says, it is like the light of just as taking the example of the moon and the sun, it is without any without increase or decrease, without sort of obscuration and illumination. Yeah, that's all.
Nidan de la pelona, Sinema Koranku, the double Koranku, the Nimak, de la Ache and Royama, Demdo Acheomara, lower Timbak, Debsamarimato. Teta Gum Sora.
So, what is meant by this line about the
Pachen Demasaheta? Tang Jutsin Joban Roy.
The Rang Lapna.
Oh, yeah.
So with regard to this line about the sun and the moon, so it isn't that the sun or the moon sort of increases its brilliance at their brilliance at any point in time, or their brilliance is diminished at any point in time. It's just the temporary condition of there being cloud cover, or the absence of cloud cover.
Oh, yeah, that the on Chupin Turba just that so labor, there's in your one yoga in Riva. Lelabondo.
Lasso.
Then it dumbo the dumbu.
So then the next.
Jigsaw.
So then the next section then are the 10 mistakes of practitioners, or it could be the 10 bewilderments of practitioner, the 10 points of confusion for practitioners.
That dumbo chu tsurgin de balama la medin bar sobo kaki kinji jisen raman hingdan tor so. That dumbo chu tsurgin drobna kanare. tambe chu ge nimbo te chu jin nimbo janchuk samba yin somba nan yin ke chu hien kin la yang janchuk sem go yore chu tsek je hien na yang yin la pin ya ge kunlong ge zi sin ba te tabe yin chu chu jin jin kin cha de yore ba janchuk sem le la su ba ge ngarang zu le chu sen chi jin ya yo ma re hirsin nang to zola janchok san la pe ni hyo tsa ni ke tin ne janchok sen de kanda za chim bo yin ba song yo ro wa o ten da yin za janchok sen de wu na churang chu hie ba bo gan za yin na yang chu chu yin dong kin gan za ri la chu nin ba bo yin na yang chu chu yin dong kin ke gan za cha de yo re de da ba janchok sen de mi song wa yin na teni kane chuke nimbo yapo hie hile ke pin toko yo mare teni churan la rikpa chimbo hiwe yo ne chu yapo ni hipa zamge go chuko yo mare tena yin zang ta ngarang zu tsekin ra oji ya gogora chu chur yin zhungkin lamde jan choko semden jo go yore
So then, number 1 says, not relying upon a guru who properly practices genuine dharma to follow a talkative practitioner is an extreme mistake for a practitioner. Or an alternative version would be not to rely on an excellent teacher who practices dharma properly, but to rely upon a cleverly spoken charlatan is a case of extreme bewilderment or is very confused. So really, what is how is it that kind of the defining factors that indicate whether one is really a genuine teacher or one that one can really benefit from, then this is really can be narrowed down to the presence or absence of a bodhicitta. So if one has bodhicitta, then whatever dharma that they teach will cause benefit, will bring about benefit. If one lacks bodhicitta, then there is really limited benefit that can come from their dharma teachings. So bodhicitta is so profound, so extremely precious for all parties, the one who is explaining the dharma and for the one who is listening to the dharma, whether or not the dharma that they practice is actually genuine or authentic dharma, or whether their dharma becomes dharma that actually accords with authentic dharma. It depends on having the qualities of love and compassion and bodhicitta. If they don't have bodhicitta, then even though they might be really skilled in kind of in their explanations, and they may be able to explain the dharma, but the benefit of that dharma will only go so far. So it is necessary. Essentially, what is being said here is that it is necessary to rely on a guru who has bodhicitta in their mind stream.
sem darangara zo sangje zone je hiba de donda de janjuk sem del god yorwa.
So in the term Buddha, the Tibetan term Buddha, which is a compound word, so there's the word sang, and then there's the word je, which literally means kind of blossoming or flourishing. The je part of this word is referring to bodhicitta.
장촉 샘존 더 임핑 개선노 der yinke de cha de yore Then the nga sambake dancing te ran yin ka ta ran da la no ko yu zang ta jang jo sem te chu yang da ba yin bi jim sin te wa dancing den der so na te yang da ba cha ga yo ma res.
So it is bodhicitta that then qualifies or determines the action of benefiting others. So when there's bodhicitta present, then there is the activity of benefiting others and the intention to benefit others, because there's not the taint of self-grasping. If there is a self-grasping, a strong self-grasping arises, then the moment that self-clinging is present, then the benefit for others is lost. So if one's efforts are mixed with a mind of self-grasping, then it is not fully perfected. It's not like a completely perfect or fully developed bodhicitta.
Chitan shanti dewa ke janchuk semte kovatsawa marik ba ke nguki ni po te mari se katok ndo ya ni po te mari son yore. Yine yang dondam janchuk sem lamna dami to hirap sen chik barwa. Sonzang dong to ni janchuk semte ta chad yo bari ta te ngarang sola maji ba ji bar tablam be go yore.
So as Shantideva says, relative bodhicitta doesn't necessarily become, or it is not, that alone cannot be the cause for cutting through the root of samsara. It can't become the antidote to the ignorance, which is the root of samsara. However, the ultimate bodhicitta, which realizes the truth of selflessness, which is essentially the fully perfected wisdom of emptiness, this does in fact become or it goes towards uprooting, or it becomes the cause to uproot the ignorance of samsara.
Oh yeah. May every being ailing with disease be freed at once from every malady. May all sickness that afflicts the living be instantly and permanently healed. O simje ne ba jene ba nyurde ne le tarje jendo ne na mal ta den jo wa me ba jo chang jo sun jo rambo je ma je ba na ji je ji ba nyam ba me ba kon ne kon den be wa jo. Thank you.